All right, folks, it's Saturday, 21st of March. It's about 1:45 p.m. Been busy. A lot of things going on. A lot of schedule and plan changes. Just like everybody else is dealing with these days with what we got going on that I really don't care to talk about. I take it serious, don't get me wrong. I just don't care to talk about it right now. I guess let's talk about, I don't know, let's talk about cow comfort here. Now, the term cow comfort normally would come with a dairy in any form or another. Free stall with rubber matting and pine shavings, or the big guys right here. They'll be all right. But you know, it also exists with whatever and wherever herd you have. I didn't say that correctly. Let's take a look at you. You're on the other side of that bale. It's been really good lately. Calm as a cucumber. I know that doesn't matter. Let's turn our backs for 2 seconds here. So, okay, what you're seeing here is nothing. We had one hell of a freeze last night into this morning. And in fact, right now at this time of the afternoon, it's only 33 degrees. Things have softened up just a little bit, but it was nothing like it was earlier in the week, yeah. So what I've been doing is adding a couple round bales of this corn fodder, the bad stuff, the stuff that I got. It was pretty wet, mixed in with a little bit of mud. I had to pick it up because that big snowstorm was coming, which put an absolute end to the year. I've been taking a couple of these every other day, 2 to 3 bales, and kind of creating a pad back here. Get on out of here. Get away from there. Go on. Go on. As you can see, I kind of started here about a week ago and made my way up to there. I left this part alone here because there's kind of a dip where I think I got a little too carried away with shoveling up some manure last spring, and I created myself a little crater here. You got to watch that. And you know, as you can see, it doesn't take a keen eye to see they're all standing on corn fodder right now. Now, is it dry? No. You can see for yourself it's not dry. You can't help that. I can't help that. But it gives them something just a little softer and just a little bit drier to bed down on. And it's a lot better than bedding down in mud. That's all I can say. So what I usually do is early afternoon, right after lunch, I'll set the bales out. I'll let them use it as a rubbing post, which you're seeing right now. They're playing with it a little bit. They're eating a little bit of it. Quit all that. I found her tag the other day. That's 1035. You're getting re-tagged pretty soon here. Right, big boy? Couple more steps and I'll get in the tractor. I let them use it as a rubbing post, play around with it, eat a little bit off of it, and then this evening when I come out and feed, I'll scoop up with the tines what's left here, and I'll do my darndest to go ahead and spread it around the best I can so that there's adequate room for multiple head of cattle to bed down. I did the same thing down the hill here. Things got really bad here this week, so I ended up going down the hill and doing a lot of feeding and some bedding as well. I don't want to get too carried away with where I go here with the bull here, but I'll tell you what, we'll just make it simple. We'll go for a little drive. what I try not to do is drive over it. I actually went all the way around here to set this bale on here. Come on, you can move. So yeah, as you can see, I started abiding by the hill here. Believe it or not, even though that water flow is down, there's a lot hell of a nicer spots down here than there is up here. Trust me. There's the young guy. Yeah, they're still out here. Say what you wish. I put this bale out about 30 minutes before we started this. This was the first one. I am going to grab another one. And that's what they do. They play around with it. It's actually kind of quite nice because once they get a few hours on it and they pick at it, eat it a little bit, beat the hell out of it, I'm able to kind of come in and swoop it up and spread it out somewhat prolifically, I dare say. Here's 1021. We need to do an update video on her in some time to come. She did have a little ailment in the back there with a sore hoof. She still kind of does. She's coming along pretty nice. I'm going to tell you what, this is all full of landmines here. Some tricky business. Yeah. As you can see, a bale went here a few days ago. Another bale had gone there. So they're eating quite a bit of it. The rest is getting smashed into the ground. I got pretty excited the other day. I was going to start scooping up and spreading manure. I got a little wise though and figured I'd probably just make more of a mess than anything. We've got a long road to travel yet as far as spring goes. A lot of melt off, water coming up. Yeah, I was just going to start here and make my way that way. We got a little different scenario here this year. I'll explain it to you in a second. Let's get this parked by the fence here and get out and talk for a minute. I had to put the fence back up behind me. I left it down, went chasing bales, and some of the heifers walked out of here naturally and started going after these some of this hay, which I normally don't have stacked back here, but that's an effort for tonight. I'm kind of stockpiling everything up real heavy because I do need to leave tomorrow morning for a few days. And anyway, let's talk about manure. Oh boy, that time is coming, boy. Normally we're on the other side of the fence. We're in the cow lot. This year I opted just to keep them here. They were nice and safe and sound. a little more protected by the woods line right there with the wind. In fact, it was a lot more perfect scenario. This might be the norm for the dead of winter here in the cow yard. And then come springtime, I'll probably shut this down and they'll abide by the cow lot, which is the other side of the fence going up towards the hill and on the other side of the corral here. So what I can't do is scrape the entire earth here and get every morsel of manure. I know where all my big pack bedding is. We are standing on one of them. You can probably see the difference in ground to manure. I mean, just here, quite simply, you're probably looking at almost a foot that goes for, hell, probably 75, 80 yards. But, yeah, I fully suspect to take at least 75 loads out of here. Probably not that much. We'll see. I won't be able to get it all, but for the most part. Anyway, pretty tricky weather these days. It's good though. We're having some meltdowns and then a refreezings at night, which is real key to this slowdown process of spring melting. It'll slow the process down significantly, so we don't have lakes sitting out in the fields. I explained that on an earlier video. I won't bore you and say it again, but yeah, never mind that pile right there. I had to dig that out of the corral system just so we could operate it in the month of December. Other than that, this yard is crystal clean. Excuse me, this is the cow lot. Remember, that's our lingo. So I suspect maybe in about another 2 weeks, 2 weeks or so, maybe 3, I will be kicking all of them out of here. They'll be going into the lot and they'll be living here basically until grazing starts. And at some point, probably about another 3-4 weeks away, probably not even, we're going to open up the top of the hill and start feeding them silage up there, because it'll just be too god-awful nasty around here to haul a wagon in and out. So just kind of keeping up. This is the old girl 469. I normally wouldn't like showing something like this, but I've got nothing to hide. We all have them. 469, she's got to go. She's hit her point. And I don't know what else to say. She either got real sick or she got some sort of a tooth problem or something like that, and just absolutely went to hell. And not to mention, she's very old. I dare say this is one of the older cows on this farm here. But we'll see if she can get healthy enough for a slaughter for my own personal use. And, we'll go from there. Like right here, I'm standing on 2 feet. Time is coming. Time is coming to make all the neighbors mad. Oh, smiling and laughing all the way. That's about it, folks. I got to get my lazy button gear here. I got a lot to do here the rest of this afternoon, this evening, before dark falls. Just keeping up and stocking up is what I'm doing. And go from there. We're going to talk to you sooner and later.